Looking forward to this weekend, which is something that I really wanted to pick your brains on. A couple of people that I've been speaking to, sort of in boxing, says that you're going to be the best person to ask on a sort of analysis for the big heavyweight fight this weekend between Daniel Dubois and Joyce this Saturday. Sort of, what's your prediction? How do you think that fight's going to play out? Personally, I think Dubois early or probably Joyce late, just because of the engine. Do you think Joyce will be able to sort of take those shots on the chin early? I mean, we know that he has got an incredible chin, but he's not the quickest, and Dubois is someone that punch power he hasn't really faced before.
Very sharp, speedy puncher, Dubois, and no, he won't withstand the power. If he gets hit with them shots, he'll go. You know, so like I said, it's a serious. You just can't block these type of punches with your face. You know, if Dubois gets some shots home, you know, with the best will in the world, look, when you get it right, you don't feel any pain. You don't feel anything. All as you know is your legs are gone and you're staring up at the ceiling, you know, or your balance is gone, and you know you're all over the floor. So, like I said, it's not about being pain. It's about being shocked.
Yeah.
And you know when you hit with power, you get shocked, and that's the end of the matter. It's not about whether Joyce can take a shot. He can. He's as tough as teak.
Yeah.
But listen, when you're up against these kind of heavyweights who's got that, you know, that deadly one punch knockout power, you can't withstand them shots. So if he takes them clean early on, he'll get wiped out. But saying that, on paper, looking at the level of opponents both has faced, you know, the experience of Joyce, his age in his prime years where Dubois is up and coming, you'd have to say on paper, should be a straightforward win for Joyce. You know, that's what it looks on paper. So, like I said, you know, Joyce has got it all to do because he really needs the win. You know, he can't really afford a loss against Dubois. But Dubois can afford a loss against Joyce. You know, he's an up-and-coming young heavyweight, so it doesn't really matter what happens there. But like I said, if Joyce does his skill set and he boxes well, you know, then it could be a different ball game altogether, you know. If, like I said, and then if it starts going into the later rounds, who knows? But this fight could easily end on points as what it could end in a stoppage.
Thinking recently a little bit.
Like you just can't say because, like I said, I think Joyce will play it safe early on, you know, and just see what happens. But I think Dubois will look to come out very quick. I think he'll come out quick and try and land his speed and put it on Joe, because you know Joe sometimes is a slow starter. So I think they'll look at that and try and capitalise on it to try and get Joe early on.
Yeah,
and you know try and make a bit of a fight of it early.
One thing that I've sort of been a little bit baffled by in all of this is, and I can see why they've got Dubois the favourite, don't get me wrong. If you look at his performances, you can see why they'd make that. However, if you look at Joyce, obviously he's got the WSB experience, he's got Olympic experience, he's got Commonwealth experience, he's got a name like Bryant Jennings on his resume, which I think is actually a win of his that's very overlooked, and in the way that he got that win as well. Do you think that Joyce being a 3-1 or 4-1 favourite with some bookies is sort of insulting to him in a way, considering the levels of opposition that they've both faced?
Well, you know, I'm not really a bookie, you know, and you know, sometimes, you know, odds are there to be upset.
Yeah.
You know, and this is what happens. But as the fight probably goes closer, probably the margins will go narrower.
Will slim.
You know, so like I said, I don't really go off what odds are. You know, they know the fighters. But it's a good fight, this. You know, it's I would say it's just a genuine 50-50 fight myself. It can go either way.
I think that's how I see it. And I think now moving towards a fight, whereas a lot of people I've been seeing on Twitter previous to this week were saying Dubois early, I think now a lot more people are saying it is a real 50-50 pick and fight.
It is, and that's not sitting on the fence. I genuinely don't know who's going to win it, because each one has got strengths what the other one hasn't got. So, you know, like I said, it's one of them. It's a pick 'em type of fight. You know, the only thing I can say, I'm going to be watching it and I will thoroughly enjoy it. And
Yeah,
these are the type of fights that need to be made. People need to fight each other. So I give full credit to both teams for doing it.
I completely agree. And today we sort of, on that sort of fight, we've had a bit of news come out where Joyce's trainer, I don't know if you've seen, um, where he was coming from America, has tested positive for coronavirus, so he won't have his head trainer with him. However, he hasn't trained in the gym with him for about 4 weeks. He's been away with his other fighters in America. They're saying, from what I've seen on the interviews that I've been watching today, that, you know, this is no, obviously it's a big upset, but they've got people in the team, they've got people that have been by Joyce from day one. Do you think that will make much of a difference? I mean, obviously, one could argue that will sway the fight in Daniel's favour, but, you know, Joyce has got the experience, the people around him have got the experience. How much of an impact do you think that makes?
I think it'll only make an impact if things start going wrong in the fight. You know, because no matter how much you know, you can train fighters and you think, okay, you know, they've done all the practice. Joyce is very experienced. He will know what to do. But look, you know, fights are a roller coaster. Things can go wrong. Your fighter can do something slightly wrong, which can end up in a disaster. So it needs to be corrected. So really, you know, you're driving the car, you don't know what's around the bend. So like I said, when you're in that corner, so yeah, if that fight gets difficult and that game plan's not exactly working out, you know, what happens then? So it is a bit of a detriment. You know, it's definitely not good. You know, because like I said, I've been in, you know, major title fights and where things has had to be changed, where the fighter totally relies on you for an instruction, what to do next. You know, you have to be there to be able to give that view and tell him what to do next. So, like I said, he'll be all right. Like I said, but if the going gets really tough and it's neck and neck, you know, you do need that experience in the corner.
Yeah, of course. Very well said. That's all from me on my side. Any sort of messages that you just want to sort of wrap up on?
Not really. Let's enjoy the boxing on the weekend. There's some good fights coming up. And, you know, everybody, let's look forward to December the 12th. And let's get the action on. And I wish, I think it's Salas, isn't it, Joe Joyce's trainer? I wish him all the very best. And the main thing is he comes through the COVID and he keeps healthy.
Of course, and the same from me. Thank you very much for your time, Mr. Peter Fury, and we look forward to seeing Huey out in his next outing, and I'm sure we'll stay in touch and do another one afterwards.
No problem. You're welcome. Take care.
Thank you, man. Take it easy.
And you. Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.